everyone, thanks for stopping by the Camping Family channel. Out here in the rig today. Thought I'd do a quick video on my summary of my miles per gallon for 2018. I started this tablet when we bought it, and I thought I'd just start jotting down my miles per gallon and see where we're at. And I just tallied the numbers, and I gotta say it's quite interesting. I was hoping to get a little better on some of these, but apparently I should have wrote more notes on what I did per trip. I got some ideas on how I'm going to do it for 2019. Add a little more data. Let's take a look at this. My first fill up, I was at 15,235 miles. I put in $100, and that equaled 3705 gallons. And you can see what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is I'm writing down my mileage. I put the total dollar figure, and the last column is the number of gallons. So you can see my numbers here. The numbers in the blue here, what I added today, are just the difference between the last fill and the current fill. So then I could take my total miles, divide that by the gallons, and I'm getting my total miles per gallon. So you can see on the on a second trip, or a second fill up, we went 150 miles exactly, and I went let's see, put in 36.64 gallons, and you can see my figure there of 4.09 miles per gallon, which is not great. Next one here was 201 was the total miles traveled, and we actually got 5.4 miles per gallon. Next one was 277 was the difference, so we went 277 miles. I averaged 7.3 miles per gallon. The following was 285 miles, 7.4 miles per gallon. And the last one was we went 329 miles, and looks like we got 5.6 miles per gallon. So that's where I stood for 2018 here in the Bounder. I did add the 5-star tuner probably after this first or the second fill up, probably in that area. So did 5-star help me get past that 4.09? Hard to say. Hard to say. My guess is probably not. This first two trips here, we went down to southern Ohio. That's when we went to Salt Fork, Rocky Fork region, which is pretty hilly. That's a hilly area. I know you use a lot of fuel down there. These two here, we made a couple trips out to, that's when we went out to Pymatuming State Park, Adventure Resort out there. And that's on the east side of Ohio. That's very flat, so going from the house here out to the border of Pennsylvania, it's almost dead straight flat. So you can see I probably did really good on my miles per gallon there at 7.3, 7.4. Staying on flat. I also was starting to be very I started watching how I'm using my speed. So I was trying to stay between 55 and 60 to try and see if that made a difference, and that absolutely did. So I'm sure that played into the 7 miles per gallon. The last one here, we went a couple trips local here. That's when we went out to the Cuddy's campground, which is, it's inner city. It's going through the city of Canton and Akron. No highway, but it's a lot of stop and go. And I think we went on a trip to Rocky Fork too, which is that's that pretty hilly region down south of here. So I'm sure that contributed to the 5.6. But there's my 2018 roll-up. So it'll be interesting to see how we do 2019. It'll be nice to put the first figure here. I'm kind of curious how much fuel I've burned just here this winter, because I did start the engine a couple times. I ran it, probably at least once a month for about a half hour. Ran the generator probably half a dozen times just to keep it running with load. So I'm kind of curious to see how many gallons of fuel I burned off. I'll bet you I burned off 5 gallons. So I'm going to take it over and fill it up, and might do that next week and see where we're at here. Get that first number again. Alright, well, that's it for this. 2019 coming up. Thanks for watching.